Senior strategist Nicole Wallace. Nicole, good morning.
Good morning.
Thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.
Your candidate getting out in front of the attacks not only on Barack Obama that are unfair, but in terms of how he's being handled when it comes to criticisms that he's getting too dirty in his tactics. Do you think there's been a difference in the way this has been covered?
Yeah, I mean, look, let me concede something. You don't see a lot of this on morning television. We certainly lost the spin war about who's fighting a more negative campaign. The truth is that Barack Obama has spent more money on negative attack ads against John McCain than any politician, Democrat or Republican, in history. Now,
by the way, that's not a talking point. You can actually go to this Wisconsin study.
Thank you, Joe.
It is not a talking point. It is a matter of record. So I don't want people, she's not spinning.
Yeah.
And I guess it's staggering to me because I sit there and I watch 1,350 negative John McCain ads attacking John McCain throughout the weekend. There are 6 that John McCain runs, and then I come to work on Monday morning, and we all talk about how negative John McCain's campaign is.
Given what Joe just said,
yes,
if the American people believe that John McCain and Sarah Palin are the ones doing all the savaging, who misinformed them, if not the mainstream media?
In 20 days, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. But for the next 19 days, we're going to talk the way John McCain spoke in a new stump speech that he delivered on Monday in Virginia, where he said, I am going to fight for you. I have always fought for you. I'm going to accept the judgment of the American people. I'm going to let the chips fall where they may. But in the final 19 days, we must focus on the very, very wide gap between what Barack Obama says and what he does, between what his campaign says and what his campaign does. And the truth is, and I know you guys have talked about it, and I applaud you for talking about it, but the truth is we've had a lot of thoughtful discussions about race in this campaign, and that is entirely appropriate. We should continue to do so. We have spent far less time talking about the gender bashing that happens not only out of the Obama campaign, but on the far left. There are people who wear T-shirts that says Sarah Palin is a see you next Tuesday. It's a word you can't even say on Showtime.
Can't even say it.
But
yeah,
there is an acceptance of the gender bashing that's happened with Sarah Palin. We saw a little bit of that with Hillary Clinton, and in the end, the voters correct for that.
Can you imagine, Willie? Well, I'm just curious, Willie, what would happen if Republicans wore such a vile T-shirt to a Hillary Clinton rally?
Well, forget Republicans. We saw it in the primary. Everyone was called a sexist. People's jobs were threatened when they attacked Hillary Clinton, but nobody says boo when it's Sarah Palin.
You're exactly right. People's jobs were threatened.
They were.
In TV news. They were intimidated. Everybody ran scared. Executives from every network were saying you got to be very careful about what you say about Hillary because we are in dangerous waters. These horrific things are said about Sarah Palin. Could you do me a favor? I know Mika has a question, but while we're doing this, could you look up front page of Politico?
Yep.
Because I want to get the numbers out there. That's the great thing about.
Is this about the ads?
It's about the ads.
Okay,
I want to get the specific numbers.
While you do that, let me ask the question that I think what the media is covering, and I think there's a little bit of a disconnect in our conversation here that I'd like to figure out. It's not the ads, the negative ads that's being covered here. It's not. It's the statements being made by the candidates. And in this case, your candidates, and in the Obama side's case, not a campaign person or a candidate, but a supporter.
What
and
are
I
the
think
words?
There's a difference.
What are the words?
Palling around with terrorists, raising questions or fears about voting for Barack Obama. It was questioned by the media. Hold on. Some of them, editorial writers, we could argue were hysterical or went too far or pushed the envelope. But in terms of covering it and raising the questions, are we not supposed to?
Well, yeah, for both candidates. Listen, I've got no problem bringing it up, but it's so one-sided, it's laughable. Right, let me ask Nicole a leading question because it's just the truth. Nicole, please, could you imagine what the mainstream media would be saying if a Republican candidate was putting 1,380 ads in Northern Virginia to 6 or 8, here we go, 1,342 ads in the D.C. media market to 8 ads. Tell me, how many editorials and front page stories would we hear about Republicans buying election. Democracy for sale in America.
Well, look, it's like running against God. You know, the media has anointed him many places in the media, the present company excluded, and he's got more money. He opted out of public financing. No one cares about that. In the last 19 days, they want to know, how are you going to improve my life, and are you telling me the truth? And if telling the truth and doing things and standing up to entrenched interests in Washington is a priority for the American people, if getting this economy out of the ditch and back on track and adding jobs, if that's what they settle on, you know, John McCain closes and finishes very strong in elections. Barack Obama, not so much. He lost 9 of the last 12 elections against Hillary Clinton. She closed on a very tough message. Not, you know, you can't criticize Barack Obama or he calls you a liar. You can't question his record or his surrogates play the race card in the most poisonous way I've seen done in this entire election on Friday. And you've talked about it here, what Congressman Lewis said about John McCain. The truth is they've played dirty politics, and maybe we haven't been quick enough. Maybe we don't have enough friends in the media to carry the message.
All right, forget the editorials. Has the coverage of Sarah Palin been fair by the mainstream media?
I think it's been ridiculous. I think it's been an atrocity. You know, it's an atrocity.
I got a question for you.
Win or lose, we'll spend a long time examining the atrocities that have been carried out against her and her children.
Let me ask you a question. After this election, will Sarah Palin try to get a restraining order against Pat Buchanan? Or will she be like Ringo saying, stop sending the fan mail, Buchanan?
I'm a stalker.
I know.
You are in love, Buchanan.
She's one tough lady. She's scary tough.
All right, thank you, McCain Senior Strategist Nicole Wallace, who probably just had the easiest interview she's ever had on Morning Joe.
What do they say? I needed that.
Buchanan and I are working to a lather this morning, so we apologize for not making you work for your money.
Hey, would you straighten up?
Oh, hold on, I'm straightening up.
God.